Hello and welcome to another episode of Contemporary Living. Now, does something look strange to y'all? Yeah. Andre is not here. So it's just me holding it down tonight. Well, he's here, but he decided to take a personal day off tonight. He wants some me time, but I think it's more of Xbox time. I don't really think it's me time. I think it's Xbox time. Ain't that right, Andre? He just said, mm-hmm. But we are going to have a great time tonight. I am excited for our guests. And it's so funny. So with Andre not being here, guess what? I have to do all the controls and stuff I'm not used to. And it's funny because today we've made it to Myrtle Beach. In case you did not know, we are in the great state of South Carolina. So to all my South Carolinians that are watching, shout out to you. Shout out to you and your beautiful state in the beautiful city of Myrtle Beach. We are having a wonderful time. But when you have a boyfriend or you have a husband or you have a significant other, it's so funny because today we were going to the store and I said, let me drive because he normally drives all the time. I said, well, let me drive. So we drove, we went to the first store, we went to the second store. I'm so used to him driving that he had both doors open. So I just automatically, knew my place. My place was on the passenger side. And then he was like, wait a minute, aren't you driving? I was like, oh, I forgot I was driving. And so tonight it's a little bit of the same thing because guess what? I am driving this train, but we're going to keep this train moving. So, like I said, we have a very special guest tonight. And as always, we are here to provide lifestyle solutions for everyday people like me and you. And if you want to know where you can find us, you can always find us on Facebook. You can always find us via email at contemporaryliving22@gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube and you can find us with our E360 TV family. Yes, you can find us in all of those spaces. If you are Facebook friends with Andre or myself, you can see some of the great pictures, some of the great places that we've been going. We've been posting up, trying to share our adventures with you. So make sure you either go to Contemporary Living or check out Andre's page or my page. We've got some good stuff in there. So without further ado, I want to ask this question, and this is what we're going to talk about tonight. We have posted up on our Facebook page at Contemporary Living. Do you support owning a legal weapon to defend your family? And I was really surprised as some people said yes, some people don't believe in guns. So it's some people say yes, some people say no. And I want you to think about that question. Do you support owning a legal weapon to defend your family? Do you think it's necessary in today's in the season that we're in right now? And we're gonna talk about that a little bit today with our guest tonight. So without further ado, let me bring him in. So tonight we welcome the owner and operator of Anderson Security Corps, Mr. LeShawn Anderson. He is a combat Army veteran with 17 years military experience and has a criminal justice degree from Chicago State University with a minor in psychology. He is a Illinois concealed carry firearms instructor and NRA certified pistol instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. LeShawn Anderson. LeShawn, can you hear me?
I don't know what's going on.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
I don't know
And
what's
you are
going on with my
live.
mic. I am so sorry.
That's okay. And when I saw the writing of your name, I just automatically said LeShawn. So LeShawn, is that correct? How do you pronounce it? Can you hear? All right, he's trying to get around somewhere where he can talk about these firearm questions that we have tonight. Again, do you support owning a legal weapon to defend your family? And we have LeShawn Anderson he's the owner and operator of Anderson Security Corps, and we're going to talk about it. Is your mic up yet? He just went out. Oh, wow. That's not good. There he is.
Oh my goodness, I
We
am
see
so
you. We see
sorry.
you, and you are live. You are live. So, hey, let's get into these questions so you can give the people something to think about.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, LeShawn?
I am good. I am good. How are you?
Good. We hear you perfect. You are perfect. You are good right where you at. So stay there.
Yes,
Stay there,
ma'am.
all
I'm
right?
stay right here. Yes, ma'am.
So, first of all, I'm going to ask you the question.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you support owning a legal weapon to defend your family? That was the question we had on our Facebook page at Contemporary Living. So what's your stance on that?
Well, honestly, I definitely do. Because at the end of the day, there is no gray areas. You understand what I'm saying? Because as you can see, I don't even watch the news, but as you can see in a newspaper or in a Facebook post about what's going on in the dynamics in the country and the world and what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's all about someone feeling like they can take from someone else. You know, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean. We go
Yeah,
get more deeper into it, but
I got
yes,
you.
of course, I'm definitely a firm believer of that, man.
Awesome. So let's start. First of all, let's start off. I don't know if you guys seen the picture in his promo, but he is Hoh Army. And like I said, an Army veteran.
Ooh, double hood.
Army veteran, 17
Yes,
years
ma'am.
military experience. So shout out
Thank you,
Army
ma'am.
Hood. I see my girl Christy is on here. That was my battle buddy, Hood Christy.
Uh oh. Uh
So
oh.
LeShawn, tell us a little bit about your military career. What's going on? Tell us about that because that's
Um.
what I want to hear about.
Well, it's just like this. I did a lot of things in my life as far as civilian life. I always did security, but
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like I lacked some type of discipline. So I joined the military kind of old. I was like 25 years old. So I was the
Yeah.
old dude. You know what I'm saying? I was the old dude in basic, but I
Who
wasn't the
daddy is that?
oldest dude in basic. But yeah, I was the old dude. So I
It is
understood.
crazy. At 25, you the old dude in basic training.
I was the oldest, one of the older dudes. So, but
Right.
we were grooming. I started early in my military career as a private. I was grooming soldiers. So it all became naturally once I became an NCO.
Uh-huh. So what was your MOS? What is your because you're still in, correct?
Well, no, I'm out.
You
I've been
okay.
out for
All right.
going on 6 years. That'd be
Uh-huh.
6 years I've been out.
Okay.
But like, at the end of the day, you miss it, but you
Yeah.
don't. I don't miss the BS because I'm not gonna cuss on your show, but I be
Right.
cussing. But
But you can cuss on here. Just to let
no,
you
I
know.
ain't gonna do no cussing.
Put your
I ain't
thumbs
gonna do
up.
no
Look,
cussing.
my husband got his thumbs up. Andre got his thumbs up. He loves that cussing demon, all crazy self.
I ain't gonna do no cussing. But at the end of the day, you just miss the people
Man,
and I just miss the people. And what
absolutely.
and one day I'm gonna tell the real reason. I wouldn't say I got out. I kind of got put out,
Oh, okay.
so to speak,
Oh, we definitely need to
by
discuss that.
voicing my opinion. And I always suggest people should always voice their opinion.
Right,
It
right.
wasn't a
Oh,
negative way though, but it
uh-huh.
kind of, when you ruffle a little feathers in the
Absolutely.
and then you got rank two, so that
Right.
plays a lot of part. But we ain't gonna talk about that. We talk about concealed carry. We talk
But
about
one
concealed
one of the
carry.
things I want to say, military
Yes, ma'am.
is all about conformity because how can anyone instill discipline in you if you don't conform? But what happens is once you come into your own, You know the difference between right and wrong. You know you ethically and morally what's right.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
might have a difference of opinion with the military, and that could be your story. And I hope you expose your story right here on
Ooh,
Contemporary
see,
Living.
I can say something now. I can say something now, and it won't be a negative impact on anyone but the person that said it. And
There you
so it,
go.
it wasn't towards me though. It was just
Yeah,
other people. And like you say, sometimes you can't just sit back and you skate through and then watch somebody else go through turmoil and they don't have to. So I didn't.
absolutely.
I don't like that.
Absolutely. So I do hope you come back to the show so we can have a little military
Oh,
discussion.
I will hope I'm invited. That's all.
But okay, so you said that you have been in security for a long time.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
tell us what how did you get into that industry? Because I find it amazing, like the small things. Some people they figure things out when they're a kid. They see something, I want to be that. Some people teenagers, some people adults, some people 30 and 40 still don't know what they want to
Right.
be. But as it goes, how did you come to doing security and get into this industry?
Okay, so I was 18 years old, just graduated high school, and I was in going to the Rye Institute of Technology.
Oh, I
Okay,
remember that.
oh, we on 3333 West Campbell. I learned a meaning, and I couldn't afford it. My mother told me she couldn't take out a loan. It was $5,000 a trimester, meaning every 3 months it was $5,000, so that was $15,000 a year.
Yeah, yeah.
And no scholarship. I ain't play football or basketball, so I was just kind of smart. But that
Hmm.
don't cut it when you can't figure it out. So I seen the ad in the newspaper like, do you want to train dogs? No experience necessary. And
Mm,
I always wanted to train dogs anyway because I love dogs. And it was National Canine, and
hmm.
boom, that was my first interaction with a dog doing security. And then one day, and I hate to say it like that, it was a white dude that was like, "You'll never be able to do this." And I always use that as inspiration anyway for when people
Yeah,
tell me what I can't do. He was
yeah.
like, "You'll never be a dog trainer." So that was my thing. Like,
Mm.
oh man, I'm gonna be the first black dog trainer. But all that takes money. You can't just start a business. Well, you could think to start a business, but it
Right.
takes money. And so I started working in the kennel, learning the ropes, doing security. And I'm like, man, I could do this. And then I started moving up in the security, meaning getting promoted. And then I started to know, I wanted to know the front office. I'm like, man, I've been sitting here all day. How much do they pay somebody to sit here all day? So I
Right.
started asking questions. Okay, then they told me. I'm like, yeah, that was dumb. They told me how much they make, and I'm sitting here. They make $20 an hour for me to sit here, and they giving me 5. I'm in the
Mm.
wrong business. You
That
know
was
what I'm
your wake
saying?
up call right there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can't sell dope.
Right.
You go to jail.
Right. Right.
So that was the thing, and I was like, I need to do it for myself.
Okay. All right. So next I want to get into today we're going to talk about concealed carry.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the qualifications? Like tell us what exactly is concealed carry and what are the qualifications to just be able to do that?
Well, first, in the state of Illinois, to qualify for a concealed carry, you have to have a valid FOIA card. And in order to have a valid FOIA card, you have to be a law-abiding citizen. I would hope so.
Mhm.
No felonies. Um, as far as the concealed carry aspect, in order to obtain a concealed carry, you have to have a FOIA card, be an Illinois resident. As of now, Illinois only honors Illinois as far as firearm concealed carry goes.
So, do you know if some states honor like say we're in South Carolina now, they might honor a
I
Illinois
think
boy
South
card?
Carolina does honor. Let me look it up. Let me
Oh
look it
wow.
up.
Okay.
We're gonna fact check, but it's 27 states that honor Illinois.
Oh, it's 27 states that honor Illinois?
Yes, ma'am, because Illinois has the hardest, the most strenuous gun laws in America. Okay, so
Okay.
a lot of states mirror their gun laws off of Illinois.
Yeah, you know, Illinois probably trying to figure out a way. Well, how can we charge them for them using?
Oh man, if they could charge you to breathe, they would. Okay. And by the
Hey,
way,
Illinois, stay paid. I don't care how
look
broke
here.
we claiming to be.
It's two separate fees, okay? You have to
Okay.
pay for the course, okay? And each individual instructor charges differently for their courses. So I ain't gonna even state a course price right now because somebody might get mad at me.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So
say it's two separate fees.
two separate fees. It's the
Okay.
fee for the course, and that's all individually based on the instructor. And
Okay.
it's $153.53 that you have to pay to the state of Illinois.
I wonder how they came up with that 53.53.
Oh no.
Oh, they got a formula for it. It's the
Oh
math
no.
formula for it.
But look here, it works.
Okay.
Because if you don't pay that 153.53, your paperwork won't be processed.
Oh wow, yeah. They want their money
Yes,
always.
ma'am.
So it's 27 states that
Honor Illinois.
oh
Conceal
wow. So I
carry.
can go to 27 different states.
Yeah.
Now I got a few more questions that deal with that. Now I just hear what people say. I don't know it to be true or not. So, a lot of people have like a medicinal, a weed card. I guess what do you call that? A medical card. Can they also, do you know if they can get FOID and all concealed carry and all of that? Uh-oh.
Now see,
Legally,
it's a
legally.
legally, if the state of Illinois deems you an addict, you cannot be a concealed carry firearm permit holder.
Okay.
If the state of Illinois deems you an addict,
Hmm.
you cannot possess a concealed carry firearm permit. So now we get into politics and the law, and you
Good.
know how you can bend it. And I
Right.
ain't fit to do that.
Right. I get it. Okay. All right. So how does it,
So,
but wait, what's the addict? Who determines that, the state of Illinois?
oh no, that's what I'm saying. If you read the law,
Right.
that's what the law states.
Okay. All right. So let's go over again the qualifications. So you saying you have to have a valid FOID card, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have to pay the two separate fees, the course fee
Which
and
is the
then
16-hour concealed carry firearm course
16-hour course. And then you have to pay $153.53 to
to
the
the
great
state of
state
Illinois.
of Illinois.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
we got that all together. So my next question is, so once I get my concealed carry, that's a license. Is that a license or is it a permit? What is
It's a permit
okay?
license. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So once I get that, what am I allowed to do?
Well, you are allowed to lawfully obtain a firearm that is concealed, meaning it's not in plain sight. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're carrying a firearm, no one should know you have a firearm.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know how people like to brag about look
That's nothing to brag about.
right. Absolutely. Because that's what conceal means.
That's
Conceal
what
means,
concealed means.
yeah. Yeah.
So it ain't riding with it on the front seat of the car.
Right.
It has to be concealed.
Right. So do they give specifics as to the placement of where you can put it? Just or
Long
you
as
want
it's
to
concealed.
put
Was
not
it
in plain sight?
was the firearm concealed?
Okay. All right. So then the other question is about insurance. Do you need any type of insurance or do you know if they offer any type of
Oh,
insurance?
they have insurance. They definitely do. Now that becomes a gray area
Uh-huh.
because now are you going out there trying to use your insurance? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, snap. That's deep. That's deep because somebody can have a whole plan. They can have it all planned out.
That I'm gonna use my insurance because or because
Yeah.
you don't know you finna have a situation or interaction where it might be a situation where you have to use your firearm.
Right.
That's just for the last resort when the police can
Hmm.
might not or show up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That. That's pretty serious. So
It becomes a psychological situation.
yeah,
You know, what can you handle? What you
yeah,
trying to do? I ain't trying to do nothing.
right, right. Right. I get that. I get that. And so I know, like, so what are some of the like the misconceptions that people believe about concealing carry? Like, oh, they got it all wrong. That is not what that's all about.
Oh man, in a situation where they use a firearm, it's all justifiable. It is not.
Mm.
It is not. Even though you have a concealed carry, in certain situations where you use your firearm, they will use the law against you, and
Oh
then you
wow.
have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
was it worth using your firearm in that situation? You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So if someone was thinking about, getting their concealed carry, what are some of the precautions, or how we used to have safety briefings?
Well, of course, never put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to fire.
Right.
But other
Right.
than that, I suggest everyone that is of age that can up to, I can't wait. Like I hate to say it like that. Can't wait till my daughter, she's 15. I can't wait till she's 21 so she could possess her concealed carry.
Okay. So we had a question. We had a question come up, and that question was, how long is that permit valid for? How long is that concealed carry permit valid?
For 5 years.
So then, do you have to do, like, like
You have
a
to do a
certain
3 hour refresher.
every
But
year, or
but I mean, if you already took the course with me, you know who to call for your refresher course before it expires.
got you, got you. So 5 years, and then you have to do a
Do
3 hour
a
refresher.
3 hour refresher. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's what's going on. Do you know we only have 6 minutes before we go to our commercial break? So talk to me about when you do your class, what is the process? What procedures are we going to go through when if I go through your class and do a concealed carry? So talk me through a day of instructor training with LeShawn.
well, well, it's all individually based because it
Uh-huh. What does
depends
that
on the
mean?
meaning it depends on the people, the class, the atmosphere, how we gonna work it. It's gonna always be fun and informative because
Okay,
I
so
want to know what you think. It ain't about me because I
yeah,
got mine. What you
right.
gonna do with yours? That's the
Right.
concept.
But I
Meaning,
mean, in
hmm,
every class as an instructor, do
hmm,
you know it's kind of like when you go to the firing range, everybody fires differently, but
that
there's
is
a
true.
certain set of standards and procedures operationally that we're going to go through. We're going to make sure you
Mhm.
know how to fire down range. We're going to make
Yes,
sure
ma'am.
your left flank and your right flank, you're
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
make sure all that. So what are some of the things that you teach in the class, like the fundamentals?
The fundamentals, of
Because
course,
some
is
people go in, I know they don't know nothing. They just want to know, how do I shoot? So
nah. They
what
want to know, can I get my concealed carry today?
after this class,
I
right?
just gave you. I just paid for the class. They didn't pay the state fee yet. I just paid for the
Right,
class. You
right,
know, nah. But no,
right.
no. Basically, safety. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah,
At the end of the day, I am not a lawyer,
right,
nor I am the one that's gonna be holding a firearm. You know
right,
what I'm saying? It's
right.
all individually based. What are you gonna do? So you need to know what you need to do. Be safe first
Hmm.
for yourself and the people around you. So that's the basic fundamental thing I
Okay, got
preach,
it.
preach, preach is safety.
Okay, so in those 16 hours, you're gonna do safety, and then when they're done, what happens? Then they just wait for their concealed
No,
carry.
no, no. Meaning like, we it's
You gonna
portions
print
of
off a
seconds.
certificate for 'em? What's gonna happen?
I might. No, but
He said he
yeah,
might.
of course. I'm saying I'm gonna help them through everything. The
Hmm.
process, questions, of course, because everybody has questions. You understand what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
situational awareness. You understand what I'm saying? Because as I said before, it is a psychological situation if in
Hmm.
fact you were to be in a situation where you were to use your firearm.
Okay.
I won't
So,
be there to hold your hand.
So it's no requirement other than you just take the 16 hours. You don't have
And
to
a
pass a
valid
test,
and
or you don't
yeah,
have to make
you
a
have to take a
fundamental.
test. I'm going to
See,
give
that's
you a
what I'm
test,
talking
of
about.
course. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
of
like,
course it
do I
is.
just go in and sit and
Probably, but no, I'm just playing. But no,
yeah.
it's gonna be very instructional and
Uh-huh.
informative as
Uh-huh.
far as I give a whole bunch of information, and then
Uh-huh.
if you have a question, if I don't know the answer, I
Right.
can look. We can all look together. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Because it's all about information. The more information we have, the better off we will be. And a lot of us don't give information to each other. But I'm just saying, if I might not be the subject matter expert at it, but I can know or call someone that is.
Yeah. Understood. Understood. That's what's up. So I'm gonna throw in another question
Yes, ma'am.
before the commercial break.
Hmm.
What then we're gonna talk about women on the second half of the show, women and
Okay.
firearms. I know you wanted to get into that. So
Yes.
so once you get your license, what type of weapons are you allowed to carry?
Oh, now see, they go to gray areas. Anything that is concealable. You understand
So
what
I
I'm
can
saying?
carry an AK-47,
I
but
didn't
you
say
don't got
that.
an AK.
I didn't say an AK-47.
What?
Because if you walking
Don't
around
start
trying to
going to tell me
conceal
what
an
you know.
AK-47, you are probably in the wrong field. Okay, so I don't know about all that.
So what are some of the basic weapons then?
A handgun, a handgun.
Boring. What else?
Okay, well, guess what? What's
It
your
still
lawyer
fit, it still
name?
shoot, huh?
What's your lawyer name? Because boy, he charges a lot by the hour. But you got it, you got it. So no worries. But I wouldn't suggest that, ma'am.
You want to okay, so a basic handgun.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I want what's the cost of those handguns?
Oh, now see that gets tricky. My suggestion is you get what's good for you. You know, go into the gun store and see what feels good to you. You know what I mean? Because it might what I can shoot might not be feasible for you.
Right.
So
So would you recommend going to the range often, after you get your firearm and things like that? What do you recommend to keep up?
I definitely suggest that. I try to go once a week, but end up going 3 times, maybe 4 times a week.
Oh, you really like it.
The meaning, but no, because I like a lot of people like it too. And they'll be like, hey man, go with me. And I have a lot of brothers that be purchasing firearms, like, oh, I bet you can't, or you can't. I get challenged a lot, but they know they can't shoot better than me, so it's fine. And we on Facebook Live, and I'm selling all y'all business. So yeah.
All
So
right. So on that note, we're going to go to a commercial, and then we're going to come back and we're going to be talking about girl power and women and firearms and your thoughts on that, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. We're with LeShawn Anderson, you guys, owner and operator of Anderson Security Company
Corp.
Corporation. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be right back.
All right.
All right, that was our Farm Hill coffee commercial, and that was our real estate commercial for Andre. And we love partnering with small businesses just like us. And if you are looking to promote your business or service, then do it right here. So for a small fee, we can create and promote a 30-second spot on our show when we air for an entire month. So what I need you to do, if you are interested in doing that, send us an email. That's contemporaryliving22 at gmail.com. Contemporaryliving22 at gmail.com. So we're going to bring LeShawn Anderson back into the show. What up? What up? What up? That wasn't
What
too
up?
long, was
No, ma'am, not at all.
it?
Not at all.
All
And
right.
I did some research for you. I did some
You
research
did?
for you as
Okay, so
well.
oh, look at you. Your research ability. What?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
army.
yeah.
That's army. That's all
Uh,
army.
who? Who? That's all I can say. Who?
All
Who?
right. So what's your research ability find?
Okay, I did find the states as of right now that honors Illinois, and it
Okay.
is Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming.
That is what's up. So
That's
now,
what's up.
so now the question becomes, me and Andre are traveling.
Hmm.
We traveling from state to state while it's cold in Chicago. We staying in the south. We staying
Hmm.
in the south area. Can
You
you take
can't take your
your
gun
mind?
to South
This,
Carolina.
look, look.
Ah, you can't take
So,
your
so the
guns.
thing about it is, what if we visit? What if we visit some of those states that honor that? So
Oh,
we just can't get caught. Like North Carolina honors it. So say for
what
instance,
Jeezy say?
what do you say?
Don't get caught.
So don't get caught. So
Don't
in
get
other words,
caught.
legally, you guys, let's do the legalese here.
I'm just saying, I
Legally,
didn't say that. I didn't
don't
say that. I
transport
was
your
singing a
guns
rap
across
song.
state lines.
Man, look, here you'll be in a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, you don't
And
even
it
want to get.
ain't worth
You don't even want that drama
it. You
that's
don't
coming
want that's a
to
whole lot of drama.
you.
Them people gonna be coming for your neck.
So the thing about it is, but those states that we can, let's say if it lined up according to travel, our
Hmm.
travel, those states that did accept our permit, then we would be able to
Most
go.
and most times they'll ask you just to see it because they've never saw it before.
Oh wow.
So I get a lot of that. Like, let me see it. I've never saw it before. But just so you know, if you do have a concealed carry, when the officer runs your plates, it comes up. Your FOIA card comes up too. But
Oh, I didn't know that.
if you have a valid concealed carry firearm permit, it will come up under your license.
Oh wow.
Yes, your FOIA card comes up too. But
Uh-huh.
that's how it's like. Sometimes if an officer comes up to you and asks you, "Do you have a firearm in the car?"
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
might because he saw that you had a FOIA card.
Oh, right. Okay. That makes sense.
So yeah,
So it's a good look to tell the
it
truth.
ain't just because they want it. They on some B. It's just the fact they for their own personal protection too.
Yeah,
And in this day and age, you have to think about that concept as well. They don't know who
absolutely.
you are,
Right.
especially if they know you have a firearm. But it was a situation I got sticky on Madison though. One time I got
Uh-huh.
pulled over. Well, other than that, I ain't had a
What
situation though.
happened? Tell us about that
Man, the
sticky
officer had me
situation.
nervous. Well, his partner did. I told him, I'm like, man, I'm scared. Your partner got me scared. Yes, I do have a firearm, and I'm scared. I'm telling you.
It can be intimidating.
On Madison and Larry.
West side, west side. That's west side. That
I'm
is
saying,
west
I'm
side.
like, man, I'm scared because the police pulling me over here, man. It's rough.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. All right. So I know we wanted to get into talking about women and firearms. I'm
Yes,
just gonna let
ma'am.
you fire. I'm just gonna let you fire away, and I'm gonna chime in at the end. So let's talk about women and firearms. Give it to us.
Well, I say this, right? Um, because it is a lot of men out here that are so they are bullies and prey on women, right?
Yes.
So I say this because it's been situations where I've heard about women being like
Share
beat
the story. Share the
man, like
story.
I'm
Don't
just
hold
saying,
back.
I just we want to whoop 'em around, beat up on punching
Yeah.
bags, use it as
Yeah.
a punching bag,
Yeah.
and my thing is some in certain situations, right, and just by being in the military, you don't even have to use force in order to enforce. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that boy know he can't go upside her head because she can take care of herself
Yeah.
lawfully, and because she ain't got to worry about calling her brother or getting her
Hmm.
brother involved, and that's a whole nother situation because then it can potentially turn into gunplay.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get you. I get you. And so a lot of people also so women should use it as a self-defense as part of, like, you don't have to use it, but self-defense. I know a lot of
Period.
women who are gun owners.
Right, and then at the end of the day, they still are proficient with a firearm because you could
Right.
be in a situation where you have to disarm a firearm, or somebody don't know how to handle a firearm, and you can
Mm-hmm.
correct them. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Automatically, all my little babies will know. Look, don't put your finger on the trigger.
Right.
It's just
Right.
like a forced thing on people that if you gonna deal in that, do it in the proper way.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Cause
get
like as a soldier, I love it the way Gus smokes, man. That's some sick shit. But it is what it is.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man,
Yeah.
I love when that shit smell. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
know,
man, get your crazy
I
ass
can't
out of here.
stand the smell of
Man,
that.
I love when that shit smell. But
So
it
yeah,
is what it
you in the
is.
right area. You where you supposed to be, sir. Because if you like that smell, I know. Yeah, that's what's going on. So as far as women, do you like train? Who do you train mostly? Are you an instructor for mostly? Do you
But
find mostly women come to your classes
I
or men?
promise you,
Hmm.
like um the majority this year, like the majority of the individuals that have been taking my course have been female.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
Why you think that is?
because a lot of men don't be like, I ain't gonna take the class. I'm just gonna carry my gun. And I say that to black people, like
Oh,
that's the worst misconception you should ever have if you feel like you need to carry a gun.
right.
Because if they catch you with a firearm without the so-called permit, it's gonna cost you to pay a lawyer, cost you to
Yep.
get your car out of the pound,
Yep.
cost you all type of more than the couple of dollars you could have invested in something that can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's when you think about that whole concept. I'm just gonna do it anyway and not do it legally. And now you might, you never
Jam
know. Yeah, you get in a jam because for one, in Illinois, you can't purchase a firearm without the proper
without
permission.
a Ford, without a valid
Right.
Ford.
So now you don't know what charge might be on that gun because you didn't get it legally.
You might even who knows? Who knows?
You might
Who
know
knows?
somebody that knows something about it.
Who knows? But they ain't gonna even ask that question. They gonna be
Right.
like, "You got caught with it." So
Mm. So that's dangerous. So we definitely want people, if you're going to carry a firearm, man, woman, or whoever, or whatever,
I suggest do it lawfully,
yeah,
because you're gonna do what you
that's
want to do anyway, because you're grown. Because
that's true.
they can't wait to get grown, so they can tell you that I can do
That's
whatever I
true.
want
But
to do. I'm
actions do
grown.
have consequences. Like you said, don't
Man,
get
look,
caught.
don't get man. Jeezy said it best.
What'd he say?
Don't get caught.
He Don't get caught.
Get
All right.
caught.
So who are the people? So who are your best students? Who are your best students? Let's
I
talk
can't
about.
even. I can't even say that. I can't even say
I'm
that
not
because
saying give me their name. Like give me the
no, I'm
typical.
just saying because
Uh huh.
the best has yet to come. But
That's
I'm
true.
just
But
saying, like,
you can base it off of a past experience
of course, I can say that.
so far.
I'll be having the most fun, like with the older people,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
like that, like the I oh, okay, the non-computerly inclined.
The
The ones that,
non-computing.
yeah, I just got an email yesterday.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Those be fun.
So
But
someone said, Stephanie said, women are usually the better students. I would
I,
have to agree as a woman. Look, look at you. You love
uh,
staying in the middle, don't you? You
I'm
steady on
just saying,
board.
hey, it's always good. It's gonna always be good, but and then we make it. It's always interactive and fun.
Uh huh.
And I'm gonna challenge you, meaning your mind. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Because as I said, it still becomes a psychological situation. You know what I'm
When you
saying?
say psychological, that's deep.
Because
Like, could you
you
tell me
have
those scenarios where
you
I?
have to think. You have to think.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna give you a scenario, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Lil Pookie break into your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lil Pookie take your TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
You in your house, you grab your firearm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lil Pookie is out the door, right? You
Mm-hmm.
fire upon Lil Pookie, right?
Right.
Lil Pookie get locked up, go to jail. He meet this girl, and he want to do right by her. Okay, he want to change his life.
Yeah.
And she say the only way I'm gonna marry you is if you just fix your credit, and get your shit together.
Right.
Okay, the only thing that's fucking up my credit is when I got locked up and got shot and went to the hospital, and my bill is $65,000 for this
Ooh.
doctor bill. Okay, baby, we gonna fix that, right? You know what we gonna do? We gonna sue that motherfucker that shot you.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, you say, man, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
F him, screw him, whatever. He
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have broke into my house. It go to trial. 12 people on that jury say you shouldn't have shot him. You should have just let him run in your house, take your TV off your wall while you were there with your family there, and take your TV. You shouldn't have shot him. So we gonna pay him $180,000 because you
Ooh.
shot him. You now what? That go a scenario for your ass, ain't it?
You should have killed him.
I
That's
didn't
what
say that.
Andre said that. Andre said that.
Dang, man.
That wasn't me. Andre said that.
Dang, man. I do not condone violence.
Right. But we do condone defending yourself. But you
Defending
know what?
yourself.
Because look, that's Andre talking about he deals with yeah, he said it. He said it. It's his day off. He's still in the mix. Look at well, he wanted to know about this. But I have heard, I had like facts. I have heard that people break into their house and then they wound up the person that they broke into, like say they shot them, they wound up getting in trouble for trying to defend their property and protect their property. But that's the same scenario you just explained. They done did all
And
this
at the
trying to get your
end of
life
the
together
day,
and boom.
you can't shoot anyone in the back. If they're running away, that's a non-threatening posture. The threat is no longer a threat if their back is towards you. Okay.
Mm,
And I hate to say it, the only way in court it may be justifiable is if it was done by a woman. Other
mm,
than that, any man that shoots another man in the back, well, gonna go to jail if he ain't a police.
mm. That's deep. And it's sad because this has got me thinking about a whole lot
See
of
what I
things.
tell you, it becomes a psychological
Right.
situation.
It's got
So I
and
can get
so
you right. I get you right. I
You're
get
like,
you right.
but the thing about it is, I mean, so then it does help you see the opinion of some. Like I said, when we had posed that question, do you support owning a legal weapon to defend your family? I mean, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
It's really something to think about. So now you kind of understand why people would say, well, no, especially with everything you've just laid out, right? Oh, Stephanie said only police can shoot you in the back.
Well,
Sad,
they not supposed to.
sad,
And
but probably true.
and then just by being in the military, I know the rules of engagement
Absolutely.
firsthand. So I don't even understand what be going on with the training, let alone the actual interactions that a lot of law enforcement officers are implementing. I don't understand that training because I know the proper training and the training we've been through, especially by being in the military. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand.
Absolutely.
And by me being an instructor and I have to implement all those techniques and things within my course and my standards, like I don't understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
why I always tell people, you can't shoot anyone in the back and it be justifiable.
Yeah. Because they're actually trying
Unless
to
it
get
was a
away from
woman.
the situation. Yeah. You've seen or you've heard of situations where more than
Mhm.
likely that's what happens.
Let me tell you one thing. Lil
Yes.
Pookie can't shoot another Lil Pookie in the back and get away with it.
Now who are these little bookies?
Man, there's a whole lot of little
Where
Pookies
they at?
out
They
here,
on the west
man.
side?
No.
But yeah, that's understandable. And
Yes.
so right, and so that's what your class does. It gives you the fundamentals, it gives you the techniques, it gets you qualified, and it gets you smart, like you said.
It gets you to
um
think
yeah, yeah.
because you have to be smart nowadays, now more than ever, because it's like stupid shit is glorified. You
Ah.
understand what I'm saying? It's a whole
um
lot of stupid shit. And excuse my French.
mhm.
I watch CNN and I watch Fox and I watch ABC. It's a whole lot of. We were deployed and get snip bits of shit, and it's a
Mhm.
whole lot of stupid shit
Mhm.
going on, and people just fall for stupid shit.
Mhm. Mhm. So where were you deployed to?
Man, I've been to Kuwait.
Okay. Okay.
Mm,
That's a I get it.
don't
I get it. I get it. I get it.
we're gonna talk about
Look,
that on
moving right
on the
along,
next. Moving
LeShawn.
right along.
Moving right along. So, as we need to start to close out here. So just give us some words of wisdom, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions. We just gonna fire it away. So go
Okay.
ahead, give us some words of wisdom. Tell us where they can find you at.
Well, you can look me up on Facebook right now. My
Okay.
website is down.
Okay.
But LeShawn Anderson. Um, I
I
just
got it
say
going through the ticker too. LeShawn Anderson at live.com.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, you guys see
I
that through the
just
ticker.
I just say this to everyone, man. Um, Stay vigilant, stay prayerful.
Yeah.
Um, Keep your peoples, man, uplifted. Let your people know you love them at all times. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that don't want to see people successful or want to take. So
Yeah.
that's on them. I just say eliminate the gray areas,
Mm-hmm.
um, and let's start protecting each other. You know,
Yeah.
I hate seeing on the news and all through on social media how these mothers are losing their babies, and it's the babies that's killing the babies. You
Yeah.
know, and we
Yeah.
have to lead by example. We can't say we want to do better as a people, but it starts with one within, and they're gonna see you doing it, so they're gonna do it too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's wonderful. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
well, hopefully in 5 years, self sufficient. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? Self
Mm-hmm.
sufficient. I just resourceful. It
Yeah.
ain't even about being rich. It's all about resources.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then it's
absolutely.
about networking too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't what you know, it's who you know. And I'm trying to know all y'all.
He said,
Okay, I'm trying to know all y'all. I
that
want
is
y'all to know me.
that is wonderful. Well, we just want to say thank you. You see
And
how
thank
fast
you.
you see how quick the time went, right?
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
though the technical next time my mic check. Oh,
Next time,
crap. I
oh yeah, next
apologize.
time Mike check, and we definitely want to get you on to talk about. I think I'm gonna have a group where we can talk about, just share some war stories, some lessons learned.
Oh, and talk. We could talk about the command. We could
Absolutely.
do a climate survey. 'Cause I want to do one.
Look at Sami. She like, you already know me. She already
Oh,
for it. She is ready for it. So yeah, we all gonna have to get together, and just talk, what happened? What was your experience like? I think people want to know that.
no, I'm saying I
Chris,
loved it, but I hated it too.
yeah. Christy said, thank you for the information. Does
No
anyone
problem.
have any questions before we go ahead and let LeShawn Anderson go? Once again, we have LeShawn Anderson, who is the owner and operator of Anderson Security Corps. Any questions? Any final questions? All right, LeShawn. I really want to thank you for coming
Okay.
on.
And
Andre,
thank you
thank
for
you.
having me.
You've been sitting here. Andre, do you have any questions before we go? He's right here. On his day off.
No, I have a question.
Nah, but we just want to say thank you for coming on, and we'll meet again.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Okay,
having me.
hold on. Oh, Christy said, okay. I guess she already got her card, so I'm not sure what this is. All right, LeShawn, have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. So, you guys, that was LeShawn Anderson. We chopped it up for a little bit and, talked about the qualifications, valid for it card. Remember, it's two separate fees for the great state of Illinois. One is for the course fee of 16 hours, and the other is $153.53 for the state. Then you have that permit or license lasts for 5 years. What I really liked about LeShawn is, I mean, he was real. He was real, and those are the type of people that can tell you the stories and show you what's really going on. I really like that. So we enjoyed having LeShawn Anderson. In 2 weeks, we will be back. We will have Kirby Ashley, because guess what time it is, you guys? It's tax time. So we have on December 19th, Mr. Kirby Ashley of Ashley and Associates, who will be joining us to talk about that dreaded word taxes. So tune in if you are interested in knowing more about that. So as we close, I want you to think about a quote I read this week, and it says, somebody somewhere is depending on you to do what God has called you to do. Imagine just the weight of that. There's somebody waiting on you to do what God has for you in order for them to move. It really makes you think. You ought to be doing something. I ought to be doing something. We ought to be doing more. Now, Andre isn't here, but as always, we thank God for his unmerited, undeserving favor called grace. For grace is a total absence of doing anything, and God gives it to us freely. You can't work for it, you can't buy it, you can't sell it. Grace is simply what God has given each and every one of us, because we truly believe that Christ died for our sins. He was buried, and then he rose again on the third day for our justification. On behalf of myself and my husband, who's right here, but he's taking a me day off. He's a hardworking man. We want you to be blessed. See you next time. Bye bye.